What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back, and we are here to talk about Devstream 98. And oh my goodness, there's a lot to talk about. Sorry this is going up a little bit late, but there's so much to talk about. We kind of just need to cut to the chase. So without further ado, here we go, Devstream 98 overview. So first off, part of the reason why in the last last few episodes that I've been doing, I have been asking you guys, Twitch, please feel free to jump over to Twitch and give me a follow. That is because this Twitch drops deal is coming out. Now, you can do these Twitch drops with anyone who is streaming Warframe, as long as you have linked your Warframe account to your Twitch account. So this can go for anybody. But if you guys really would like to come over, follow my channel, and give me some views as we are running the Plains of Eidolon and having a ton of fun with that stuff, you are going to see some benefits. And some of these benefits include random like prime drops, little cosmetic type deals, or something, as long as you continue to watch. I don't know how often these things necessarily drop, so this is still going to be news to me as well as you guys, but they have announced that as long as you watch any Twitch stream for a full cumulative hour, you will get this exclusive Prominence Wisp totem. Kind of cool. It's I guess it is a decoration for your Lisette, so make sure you you get in there, you link up for that Cyan Donna, and then you watch for at least an hour to get this cool little totem deal. But anyways, watch partners on selected streamers. So selected streamers will have this ability to will allow you to earn this Dawn's Early Light achievement, which will be this exclusive sigil that comes with the Plains of Eidolon, and it looks like it's a giant Eidolon, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool. Make sure you link up, you Twitch when Plains of Eidolon comes out, get up there, link your account to Twitch, watch some streamers, have a little bit of fun, join their communities, and earn some cool rewards. I definitely will be on Twitch a lot more often, and definitely hoping to get some good loot from it as well. So anyways, let's move on from there. Plains of Eidolon, Plains of Eidolon, Plains of Eidolon. So with the drops and the Plains of Eidolon coming out, we are going to be seeing a ton of stuff, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. First, let's talk about some deluxe skins. And first off, one we already know about, Mag Deluxe. So, Mag Deluxe. We now have seen Mag Deluxe in-game, and she is looking good. She is looking so good. I love this this cosmetic look. I love this magnetic like floatiness to her. You can see over on the right. Hopefully this comes out pretty clear to you. I've had to zoom in quite a bit to kind of capture this, but it's almost like there are these little rings that kind of float around in there with this kind of magnetic feel to it, where there's an actual separation to her arm and her torso, but you can see it's being held together, and there's a little animation in there that is really, really cool. But you can see from the left to the right, you can see the front of Mag and her design with this cool, cloth-like feature. Her backside, which is looking good, by the way, Mag. But anyways, looking pretty cool. You can see the little arm deals with that. You can see on the right the arm itself and how those are attached, and it's looking so fantastic. The tonfas, by the way, are going to be a skin. This is a skin-based tonfa, I believe it sounded what she said, and they look pretty awesome as well. So look forward to that. And lastly, we are going to see the Mag we have now, compared to the concept, which I think they just showed very, very recently, maybe even in the last dev stream. But there you go. There you see the little evolution from just in a matter of just a couple weeks, from paper to probably a concept design sketched in their program to make concept art, to full-fledged model and everything. Look how good that looks, Mag. I've suddenly just wanted to just get good with Mag, because this skin does it for me, and thankfully this is made by DE, so I'm gonna buy it with platinum. So I'm excited about that. So let's move on. Deluxe skins. So we've heard about, you know, Zephyr. We've heard about the new Necros and stuff like that. So there's a lot in the works. So there's no way. Oh wait. Oh wait. Who is this? This is a new deluxe skin coming our way, and couldn't guess this one. I couldn't guess this one, but there is something that does kind of give it away with this skin, and that is Octavia. Oh, also the fact that it says Octavia on the graphic. But anyways, this is Octavia. Oh my goodness, I've fallen in love with Octavia when she came out, and I realized her potential with her crits, and you know, just the fact that she's like a buff. She's a buffing frame with just a whole lot of utility. I love Octavia, and the fact that she's already getting a skin is such a surprise. But I am totally on board with that because this skin looks fantastic. This even looks infested. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Part of me was like, maybe it's a little bit more plant life, but you kind of look at it and like her jawbone is very like infested-y. I don't know. It looks more like animalistic, you know. And then just the way she's designed, it looks much more infested to me, especially in her personality area. But her chest, you get this like purpley muscly almost look, almost as if maybe I'd have to zoom in more in order to, but that'd be a little weird. But anyway, you zoom in a little bit, maybe it's more fabric-y, or maybe you know, I don't know. But this to me looks like there are muscles in certain spots. There is you know, some feminine beauty to it. It almost looks like she's got like a skirt of some sort. You know, it's not cloth, so I don't know. But you can see a little bit of Saren in this, which is why originally I was like, a Saren? Didn't she already? Wait, hold on. And then when they mentioned Octavia, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm on board. This is another one. Picking it up. Day it comes out. Bam. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. All right. So, new stuff. New stuff. One of which we have seen for quite a while. The concept back in Devstream 93. That's pretty old. It's pretty old. Making its way to the Arsenal, which we just recently saw, so we knew there was a full model of it, and it was kind of in the works. And then we had this little close-up of the frame, and this was a different color set, and I don't know, I think this was randomized by Rebecca, but I really love the white. Over on the right, you'll see almost like a rhino color to her, and I think it looks pretty good. I kind of like that look, a little bit more clean, and you know, I don't know, something about the lighter colors on frames I really like, and that's why this one in the middle really does it for me. I love the white. I even like the clear glass to a degree. Supposedly the glass is colorable, but some people are like, yeah, but I don't want it. I want it to be clear. Well, I mean, I'm sure you could turn it white or a light gray or something like that, and it'll look just like glass. So that's your option. But if you want to tint it, looks like you can. So, with that said, bam, frame in game. So now it appears as though you see the helmet on the left and the far right is apparently now her new default. The one that we've seen up until now, I guess, is going to be, this might be subject to change, but is going to be her extra helmet that you can purchase. And I'm actually cool with that because I might like the new default more. It looks very cool. Now, this stance she's rocking right now is a Mesa stance, so maybe that I'm just biased because I love Mesa. But she looks great in general. And honestly, depending on her animation, I might flip her over to a Mesa animation because she looks fantastic. But that middle frame, a lot of people saying she looks samurai-esque almost. And I kind of agree. I think that her default helmet is just as good. If I had two of these, I'd probably have to rock both. I'm going to be honest. So, but they look great. Over on the left, you see the default colors once again, and then you see a randomized color in the middle, which has a blue tint to the glass, which I think looks really, really good. And over on the right, you see pretty much the same style, except with the green tint and the new default helmet. And I think this frame looks fantastic. Look at her stilettos. Or those are stilettos, right? I don't know, high heels, whatever. But just damn, she looks really, really good. She definitely has this. Maybe it's just the Mesa look or the Mesa animation, but she's got like this I don't know, attitude to her, and I'm all about it. I'm all about it. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And so Glassframe, we're not quite done. Not quite done because they didn't just show her what she's like in game. They didn't just show this little old, Glassframe. They also showed us her powers. So her first ability is going to be like this glass spike. This spike that she can drive from her hands and impale enemies. Kind of like we've seen some single shot, power 1 abilities, kind of like Ember's, fireball. But this is going to be a solid line drive type attack, and that seems pretty cool. Cool in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but pretty cool. So you can impale, I guess, multiple enemies, and I think you can hold them. I think you can hold this power for just, for some sort of designated time, or maybe it's triggerable, but you can hold these enemies, and I'm assuming if you don't kill them, then it might do a little bit of damage over time or something like that, but fairly cool. This comes into a synergy here in just a moment. We'll talk about that in just a second. So power number 2. So this power looks like she does this little like charge type chant thing, which is why you see this big green orb of light in front of her. But it looks like she creates this almost like explosion of glass, and this glass is going to swirl around her, and it sounds like she is going to do damage to enemies that are nearby. So this kind of puts her in a good melee situation. Get up close and personal with some enemies and allow this to do damage along with your melee weapon. Awesome. It sounds like she can also now cast these onto maybe a nearby ally and give them maybe a buff, and maybe that's just the same thing as now the glass will swirl around them and do damage to somebody, or maybe it's a defensive buff, maybe it's an attack buff. I'm not too sure, but I think it's going to at least be like I don't know if it's going to be a shield, but it's going to do damage to nearby enemies. So look forward to that. Sounds pretty cool. I like that. And then power number 3. So kind of a similar thing, except she is going to kind of do this quick chant thing, and then she is going to create these like shields of glass, and these shields of glass are going to be basically decoys for enemies. Enemies are now going to attack these, and these I guess are going to shatter or burst when they are fully broken, and it's going to, I guess, damage those enemies that are in the area. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be a little bit of a crowd control defensive type deal, and these things I guess can do damage upon being hit or exploding, which leads into her 4th ability. And this 4th ability, this is the original cast. Now this giant orange wall is going to move further and further away from your frame, and it sounds like once you disable it, or once you like retoggle it, it's going to create this glass wall all the way around you. Reminds me kind of Frost's snow globe. However, they mentioned that this glass wall maybe is not going to be as strong as his snow globe, but this glass is shatterable. This glass will shatter. I guess it will do damage to enemies, that might be in the area, which is kind of why I feel a little bit confused between her 3rd and her 4th. The only difference that I could kind of hear was that if you were to cast, let's say, your 1st ability on this wall, or maybe even use a gun and actually blast this wall from the inside, it looks like it is going to send glass shards flying in the direction of the cast. So let's say there's enemies on the other side of the wall and you cast your 1 at it and it bursts the glass outwards. It sounds like it's going to send shards of glass into your enemies, which seems pretty cool. So it's like a defensive and can be synergized to be an offensive ability, which sounds pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes, but so far I'm liking it. She's got it to a degree, a defensive design to her, but at the same time she feels like she can be fairly offensive, especially if you want to go melee with her 2nd ability. So I'm about it. So that is Glassframe pretty much wrapped up from what we have heard. So there's a couple things that I don't have the full-fledged video for you guys, but I just want to point out there's coming a new sword stance and a new dual sword stance, so look forward to that. They look pretty cool. I'm going to I'm actually going to take the two animations and I'm going to make a single video out of them. It's only going to be like a maybe a minute long video. So I'll put a card up in the corner, and if you also want to check it out through DE, there is links in the description to the Devstream overview and stuff like that. But I really went crazy with this video, and I tried to screenshot and take a ton of pictures, so you won't find everything over on that overview, and you might not even find everything here, but I've got a lot. So we're gonna keep on going because things are, we got to keep things rolling. Here we go. Cetus. So we all know about Cetus. Hopefully we all know about Cetus. This is the town that comes with the Plains of Eidolon. We're getting into that part of the overview at the moment. So here we are, Cetus from the outside, and looking gorgeous as ever. But let's head on in and let's take a quick look at Hawk's Anvil. So here we are at Hawk's Anvil, where we can see kind of his display, his wares, and what he's got. But we were able to take a little look at him, and upon looking at him, it looks like this is going to be a transaction which is going to be based on your favor with Cetus itself. So these purchases are going to be based on almost like the syndicate system, where as long as you keep the people in Cetus happy, you do some missions for them, which we will get to in just a moment, but you do some favors for them, you earn this ranking, or this just friendship with the town, and then you can eventually start getting in and purchasing some blueprints for some of these new items and stuff. So there is a long list of these, and there are actually some further on, which we will talk about in just a moment. But this is how you're going to start building weapons. You're going to buy blueprints from them, you're going to be able to craft them, do what you want to do, and then you are also going to be able to build those weapons at Hawk's Anvil. And he also, it looked like in while Rebecca was talking to him, he has like a specialty of the day, so you might be able to purchase like something once a day, that's unique, something that might be a little bit cheaper, or maybe it's a fully built ornament or part that you can just buy outright, and pretty intriguing. So it's going to be a little shop, and you're going to do some trades with him to get the parts you need to build these awesome weapons. So I'm excited about that. Moving on, we have another little shop, which is going to be a pet shop. So I was really hoping we could get, like, I don't know, there's probably going to be some unique stuff in the future, but I was like, oh, I would love to just like buy a Kubro outright or something like that, because I don't know, that's just RNG and all that stuff. I got plenty of those. You can buy them with platinum, whatever. But anyways, there is going to be some unique stuff, I'm sure, in the future. But first off, right off the bat, we're seeing that we're going to get some skins. And these skins are going to have to be earned through some stuff you're probably going to go out into the Plains of Eidolon and have to get. And I'm assuming the Norg and the Jawfish and the Glapid, which are all placeholder names, but I'm assuming these are going to be fish or some sort of animal in the wild, that you're going to have to get. And then I see Eidolon fruit, so maybe there's going to be some herbs and different collectibles that you can get out there, and stuff like that. Stuff out in the plains you're going to bring back to this settlement, and you're going to be able to trade for some stuff, which is, I don't know, it just sounds awesome to me. It sounds very like MMO, RPG type stuff, and I'm totally down for that. It's so cool. But you can see right here, a Drak Kubro Gene masking kit and a Feral Kubro Gene masking kit. So Drak and Ferals, that's going to be for us, right? Because we don't have Draks and Feral designs. We have our, our regular Sahasas and all that stuff, but this is, so it looks like we're going to be able to put a skin type deal on our Kubros to make them look like these wild ones, which is pretty cool. I'm down for that. Totally down for that. So look forward to that. Look forward to that for sure. And then next up, I didn't get a picture of the out front area of this shop. I just didn't realize it. But there is the cosmetic shop with the little masks. I'm assuming these can go on your operator. I don't know that 100% for sure. But you saw that in the trailer that some of the kids from the settlement were running around with these masks on. So this looks pretty cool. It looks like there's going to be this little shop. I just want to point out that this shop, you'll know it's the cosmetic shop when you're just outside of it, because there are masks placed throughout the little setup, So there's that cosmetic shop. Pretty cool. And then next up is Konzu. Konzu is the guy we saw who gave us the quest in the trailer. Now he is going to be our go-to guy for Plains of Eidolon stuff. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna flip right into that. Konzu quests. So here we go. This is going to be, I don't think this is going to be the only quests available, because it sounds like when you're out in the Plains of Eidolon, there could be some random spots, some instances, I guess you could call them, out in the wild that you might be able to just come across and be able to accomplish. But these are ones that you're going to say, hey Konzu, what have you got for me, basically? And he's going to say, hey, and these are going to be placeholder names, just saying, but you're going to be like, hey, I'm out of options, so let's go do that. I'm out of options, so I need some options, so let's get some quests. So you go out there, you take down some enemies, you do whatever the little quest is, and you're going to reap some sort of possible reward. It looks like, I don't know for sure because I don't know every single mod off the top of my head, but I see a few down there that I don't think I've ever seen before, so that is interesting. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that there's going to be some new stuff coming with this. Obviously, there's going to be some relics in here which you're going to be able to pick up, which is going to be cool. And then I'm sure going to come with a lot of little materials that you're going to need in order to craft stuff inside of Cetus. So that's cool. This is going to be, like I said, the go-to place for some of the quests and things to do. Apparently, he also, in his little dialogue before you get to this menu, there's a placeholder for the glass quest. So I'm assuming at some point you're going to have to go through this guy, Konzu, in order to start the quest, in order to get our new glass frame. Now, I'm assuming that's going to be available to players after the War Within. I don't know for sure, but probably it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be, closer to endgame content. I don't want to say endgame content. It's a little bit, but probably newer players aren't going to have access to this quest. Don't know 100% for sure, but that's that. So one more little shop that is very, very, very important. This shop, from just looking at it, you're kind of like, okay, he looks almost like a values trader. Like he's got some very, very special stuff that you might not be able to get anywhere else. And that's what it seems like, because number one, there is a new arcane system kind of coming, and it sounds like there are going to be different attachments and different ornaments and stuff that you can place onto weapons, maybe even your frames, I'm not too sure, but it looks like they're going to kind of hold on to our current arcane system, but have like at least double the content worth of arcanes, and create some sort of ornament system with that. And this guy sounds like the guy you want to go to, and turning in materials and stuff you earn out in the plains, and some rare valuable stuff. And it sounds like this is the guy you're going to come to so he can manufacture or forge some of these items, some of these like arcane styled pieces, whether they be ornaments or something, some kind of way of buffing or creating extra, stats for yourself. It sounds like this is the guy we want to go to. So that is pretty much it for the inside of Cetus. We're going to jump out onto the plains, but real quick, I want to point out to you, this is the map. This is what happens. This is when, as soon as you walk out of Cetus, this is, you see the little arrow down there, that is basically us. And the plains are massive. Steve said it was like 9 kilometers, and 9 kilometers is a significant amount of time. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling on foot, if you were to walk from one end of the map to the other, it would take quite a while. Probably at least 10 minutes. I don't know for sure, but you'd obviously make that quicker by jumping in an Arcwing. But that's a huge area. Not to mention, he mentioned there are going to be cave systems so you can explore, so you can dig out some of these materials, which we will talk about in a second. But this is a vast open area, and there are going to be more of these open areas coming to other planets and to other areas. So this is so exciting. If they get this right, and they're going to use everything they learned from this in order to proceed and do the next one, and I am super excited. So I'm going to jump in. This is going to be just a quick rapid fire of some planes, pictures. So here we go, jumping in. As Rebecca was walking around, looking around, we got to see different areas of the plains, and it looked pretty cool. We see the birds there. We see the Grenier here, which she jumped into one of these random instances and started fighting some of the Grenier, and they were just going nuts. They were doing everything they could to take her out, and it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous, guys. It looks like a lot of fun. And here you see, the darker parts of the night, and then this is going to lead into the Eidolon fight, which we are going to get into in just a moment. So very, very cool, very exciting. Out on these plains, there are going to be little glowing locations. I don't believe, I didn't end up getting a snapshot in here, I'm sorry, but there's going to be these little glowing minerals, it looks like, some sort of minerals or materials in the rock faces, and you're going to be able to go up to those and you're going to be able to harvest them using almost like a codex scanner, but you're going to have to trace this design, and depending on how well you trace the design, you're going to be able to pull these minerals or parts, materials, out of this rock face, and those are the collectibles that I was saying, which you'll bring back to town and you'll gain some sort of reward from those. So very cool. Another thing that's going into that whole MMO type deal with the collectible type stuff, and I'm down with that, totally down with that. So very cool. Let's move on to Eidolons. So here we go, another quick little deal with the Eidolons, taking a quick look at this guy, and this looks awesome. This is a massive fight. This is going to be intense. From Rebecca trying to, just trying to intimidate this guy and get him to attack her, he seems like he is going to be, you see that picture right there? That is like a rain down of just death and destruction that he can cast down. And if you are in that area or you're going to get hit by these things, it's going to damage you and it's going to be pretty devastating. So this is definitely going to be a fun raid type boss that we're going to be able to fight. It sounds like from what I saw in Rebecca just trying to intimidate him, it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to solo this easy whatsoever. You're going to need a big party to get out there and take this guy down, which is really exciting. Not saying that nobody can solo it, but I'm just saying that you might regret it if you try. So pretty cool. Looking forward to this. I can't wait. But she did mention that there's no way that she could have taken him down at the moment because of the new focus system is kind of going to be required. And they put this up. This is kind of a quick overview. The focus rework and what you need to know. All accumulative focus will be refunded for a respec. So every point, and some people might be upset with this, I get it, but it's going to be taken, it's going to be removed. So all the points you have ever earned for focus are going to be given back to you because the focus system is going to be completely revamped, reworked, and you're going to have to now pour those points back into talents, which could be completely different from what they used to look like. So just keep that in mind. They mentioned the sludge hammer has arrived. So I don't know if that's technically a metaphor for something or if there's a physical sledgehammer type deal that we're going to be seeing. But I do not know that to a degree it is. It's just mentioning that they have shattered the rework system and they have totally changed it. So it's not what it used to be. So just keep that in mind. They're calling it now warrior mode. So this warrior mode is going to be focusing on the actual operator that physically gets out there and starts attacking and doing some damage. He is going to be different. He's going to be much, much different. And we are going to take a really quick look at that in just a moment. But just know that we're not going to be the little squishy, just withdrawn operator that we used to be. It's going to be more in your face kind of oriented. So look forward to that. Sounds pretty cool. I'm excited. Now the operator, I think the Warframes are so badass themselves that I'm like, yeah, operators are a little bit of a bonus, but if I had to choose, I would be Warframe all day. But we'll see. We'll see if they change my mind. But anyways, the Eidolon Hunter. This is a secret little area within the the settlement of Cetus. I held off on this until we talked about the focus system because this is very important. You can't access this until after you've done the War Within for reasons that I won't really mention, other than it has to do with the operator. But you're going to come in here. This guy is going to be your go-to guy for your operator's designs, his armor, his weapons, and maybe even the focus system to a degree is going to be designed in this area. I'm sure that you're still going to be able to pour points in the way you used to. As you can see here, that is Rebecca's setup currently there. It's going to re-roll through the pictures real quick, so just feel free to take a look. But the idea is we are going to armor up our operator. We are going to make him more viable. We're going to make him dangerous, and we are going to make him obviously going to be kind of the key to taking down some of these Eidolons and maybe some other bosses and enemies in the future. So look forward to that. Very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. I'm down with that. I'm totally okay with that. I didn't get too in-depth with the focus system, so maybe that's part of the reason why I'm totally down with this rework. But there you have it. Looking great. Looking cool. I am so excited for this. There was just so much content here for us to talk about, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything covered. I do want to point out that I did a TennoGen. They announced all the TennoGen stuff, but that was a video all on its own, so I did that. I posted that yesterday, so feel free to check that out. Super excited. There's some good skins over there, but there was just so much here that we had to check out when it comes to the new deluxe skins, the stances, the whole Twitch deal. Like I said, follow me at Twitch. Thank you very much. The focus system. Oh, I just want to point out, lenses are still a thing. Lenses are still going to be key for your Warframe in order to get focus points. So lenses are still around, but they're not going to take your lenses from you. Lenses are still, you still have those. We have, TennoGen, which I mentioned. You can see the video for that. Glass frame. The Plains of Eidolon, Warrior Mode, Cetus, all the shops in Cetus, yeah, the prospecting for the arcanes and all that stuff, very interesting, kind of like a mining type thing. And then one thing I did want to just point out is I did hear Steve say something about killing those Eidolons. I don't know if he was joking, because he likes to do that sometimes, but he just slipped in there towards the end. He goes, so are you going to kill the Eidolon, or are you going to show him mercy? I was like, what? What are you trying? What? So do we have the option? When we take down this Eidolon, do we have the option of like sparing him and getting something because of it? I don't know, guys. It's just you threw that curveball in, and I don't know what to think. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you are excited for. This was fairly lengthy. I'm sorry. The Devstream itself was, they realized after like an hour and 10 minutes, they were like, oh, we still have like 10 more minutes. Oh, God. So it was long. So I'm sorry this was so long, but I tried to cover it, tried to show you as much as I could. Like I said, I know that the overview shows you a few pictures, but I went out of my way to try and give you a lot of extra snapshots and stuff for you guys. So thank you so much for sticking around. If you made it this far, I want to reward you guys. So I do want to point out that a little while back, Taylor did give me some platinum codes. So if you made it this far, make sure you tell me what you are excited about for Plains of Eidolon. And put your in-game name and what platform you are on, and I will be able to give away one platinum code per console for those of you who have stuck around and watched all of this. It just is a thank you. I do want to say thank you very much for watching in general and staying, such a good, following along. It means a lot to me. This took me an incredible amount of time to put together, and for those of you that watched and stuck around, I really appreciate it. I really, really, really do. So in the future, I'm going to do my best to get back to you guys. But for now, that is that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Blow!